This episode is brought to you by High Point Market. Welcome to the Design Dash podcast, your guide to designing a life you love. Join us as we explore the keys to living the life you want without compromise. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Design Dash podcast. I'm your co-host, Melissa Grove, and I'm here with my co-host, Laura Umansky. And today we're joined by Andrea Lillo. She is the executive director, or is executive editor, of Designers Today. I saw another D and I just had to put that in there. You may or may not already know her, and so we're very excited to have this conversation. Andrea oversees both the print and the digital of Designers Today, really shaping the magazine's strategy and storytelling, while also highlighting the designers and the ideas that are moving our industry forward. So from launching features like Material Matters, creating the Power List, I know we're going to talk about that today, of top designers. She's constantly looking for fresh voices and compelling stories. She has a background in journalism and several years under her belt of covering the home furnishings world. And she brings an insider's perspective on what makes a project stand out and how designers can get published. Welcome, Andrea. We're so good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited.
Yeah. So I wanted to just get started in talking about designers today. We have a lot of, solopreneurs and people who are just emerging into the design industry. If they pick up a Designers Today, or if they're looking at it online, what can they expect to see?
My goal with Designers Today, I've been with the brand for over 5 years now. I can't believe how quickly time goes by. But my goal is always I want to provide both inspiration, whether that's from other designers nationwide or through new product collections or collaborations, as well as insight, something, some business information that they can take back and apply to their own businesses. Because I think that it's easy to focus on the design, the pretty stuff, but you're running a business. You need to also make sure that runs as smoothly as possible. And I think everyone could always be better, better about that, or learn new things. So I'm always trying to do, inspiration as well as business insight.
Very good. What are the kinds of things that are really standing out to you? Or like when people are reading it, they're just like, oh, I really needed this article. I really needed this information. Like, what's the industry telling us, I guess?
Yeah, I want a lot of my the articles. I want them to be like you rip it out, you save it.
Hmm.
One of my most fascinating stories or the most topics this year was about contracts, and I wrote it. I don't know, maybe 4 months ago, and it was so interesting. Yeah, because people, I think I was surprised at how many designers seem they don't really think about their contracts. It's a very maybe boring legalese kind of document, and then you run into a problem, and the law's not on your side, right? So it was really fascinating. I spoke to a lawyer, I spoke to a few designers who deal with that sort of thing, and it was fascinating. So that kind of stuff, like, I want people to be able to rip it out and keep it, and just hopefully they've learned from that, and just been better about it.
It's funny that you bring up contracts because it is not like sexy design at all. Like, contracts are probably the bane of our existence as creatives. But with our Design Dash community, that's one of the first things that comes up, I think, whenever we're getting together to chat, or like someone new joins. It's, hey, what does your contract look like? So I really appreciate the fact that a design publication is addressing that, because it's so needed. I mean, our contract is like 10 pages long, and it is not fun, but we need it. So yeah, if I was just starting out, I definitely would have ripped that out and like pinned it to my board.
Yeah, it's funny because one of the people I spoke to, Sharon Sherman, I think she said her contract is 17 pages, and she said every item is based on a problem or an issue that she had, and she just added to the contract. So it's like, obviously it keeps evolving and growing and everything. But yeah, no, I think it's such an important topic.
Yeah, it's so funny because you just want to add as things come up. You're just like, oh, I didn't think of that. Someone could sue me for that. I need to put that in my contract. But then it's almost like that rule of like, oh, if I'm going to bring something new in my closet, I need to donate something to make space for it. So do I pull something out of my contract to bring something in? So it doesn't end up being like 28 pages long. Anyway, contracts are no fun. Pretty pictures are fun, and you do both. So I think our listeners would be really interested to know, like you've seen countless pitches, I'm sure, over the years with designers that want to be published. So what's something that stood out to you? Like maybe even something unconventional, but like really worked and caught your attention?
It's so interesting because I do get a lot of pitches. For the last few years, every issue we've focused on a particular region of the country because I wanted to
Mm.
make sure to bring in, it's not just about New York or, the West Coast, East Coast kind of thing. I want to make sure the Rocky Mountains or, I don't know, Nebraska, like I make sure to bring those designers in because obviously designers are nationwide and they
Mhm.
all have their own voices. So for the last few years, we've been focusing on the regional. So I would ask people to submit work for that, and we're going to switch it up a little bit next year. We're still like toying with how we're going to do that, but in terms of when I get images in, uh, first of all, so much work is just blows me away. It's just so beautiful. Um, so I think though it's important to have really great, I guess, different angles. Like if I'm looking for our cover image, it has to
Mhm.
be more vertical or be able to be cropped,
Mm.
just for the cover. So it fits, for example. Um, I like to have a backstory. Like what is this project? Is there anything challenging that that person came up with? Like anything that was really a problem that they addressed in some way.
Mm.
Uh, and I always ask about furnishings, like who did you use in this piece? Because I think people always want to know, or in this project, people want to know like who's products are they using. And I think all that kind of stuff is important. Photo credits, we need that. But of course, like initially, I know sometimes people submit a lot of stuff, and then when I whittle it down, I'll always go back if I need more information. But it's interesting because sometimes I come across an image and I'm like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And then we'll mock it up on a Designers Today cover, and then it just doesn't work for some
It's the
reason.
magic.
And vice versa. Sometimes the image is like, I don't know. But then you put on the cover and it's like blows you away. So it's really hard to know. But yeah, I don't know if I don't know if that's helpful, but I'm always looking for fantastic images, and I always appreciate the people reaching out. Um, I try to respond to everybody. Sometimes it's hard. We all get a lot of emails, right? But
So I guess on the flip side, like we're talking about the images that you have accepted or the projects that have really resonated for you and ended up on the cover. On the flip side, is there a story or project that came across your desk that you passed on for one reason or another, it wasn't a fit, that you wish you'd published?
oh, interesting. Yeah, there are a few projects that yeah, they're really, maybe we were looking at them for the cover, maybe it was something else inside, and we passed. And a lot of it, if we're passing, it's just maybe it's a space issue. We just can't fit it in the print issue. And I try to put projects online as well.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's just a matter of, how much time I can do with that, work with that week or something. But that's a good question because there are a lot of great projects that sometimes I'm like, I love it, but it can't fit. I can't fit it in right now,
Right.
So that is like a shame, but it
It
just
kind of like
happened. And
breaks your heart. You're like, oh, I've got to put that over
I
there now.
know, yeah, yeah, and you just like it just, but I can't. I want to showcase everything, but it's just not possible. So it's really a sense of like curating the images down to like what we need for that moment, what works for that feature, and going from there.
So a lot of it could be timing even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100% timing and space. I mean, obviously online we have unlimited space, but in the issue it can be more difficult. But yeah, it absolutely could be timing.
Mm.
Is there anything that's like an immediate yes or some things that are immediate no's? Now, I've spoken to some editors before, and they're just like, "I never wanna see a toilet,
Oh,
and
interesting.
I
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
don't want a television to be the focus of a room." They're just like, "You can show me a whole room and show me all the other photos, but I will not publish that photo for this reason." Like, do you have that same kind of list?
Yeah, I mean, toilets. they're so important in a home, right?
Right.
I mean, really, we need
A
them,
home
and
without
yet,
them just would be a
yeah,
problem.
we don't want that. And but yet, yes, we would not be publishing a toilet on the cover. I'm sorry,
Right.
toilet manufacturers, but it, and maybe we should get over that. I don't know. But there are beautiful bathroom images just without the toilet. Um, and the other thing you said, oh, the TV. Yeah, sometimes I've come across like beautiful re- uh, living room images and they have the TV over the fireplace. And it's just, I mean, we could, depending on how it looks, but that's a hard one. But again, that's where people have their TVs, right? Over the
Right.
fireplace or in the living room. So, but yeah, that's interesting. I would agree with that 100%.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Mm.
we Photoshop out a lot of toilets. We really do before we
And
submit.
TVs.
And TVs.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I was looking at an image the other day, um, and you can it's a bathroom and you can see the vanity off to the right, and then obviously there's a water closet beyond, and you can see the toilet poking out in that image. And then I flip to the next image and it's the same angle, toilet's cropped out, and I'm like, God, that's better. So crop out
Yes.
your toilets, everyone.
Yeah.
So aside from designer project features, what are some of the things that, and you talked about some of the business things too, but I feel like you really have your eye on the industry, like in general, vendors as well, vendors and manufacturers. So what's an industry trend right now with vendors? What are you seeing? Like what's happening? What's coming up?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so I think wellness is super huge, and we're actually
Mhm.
going to be focusing on a wellness feature for our October issue. But it's interesting how people want luxury items, but they want them fast. Like back in the day, you might be waiting for something for months for something to be made, and now people just want it super fast.
Yeah.
And that to me is really interesting because it's you can only go so fast, right? But I was talking with a plunge pool company recently, actually, and they streamlined their systems. So they have pre-existing plunge pools that they might be shipping out in a week if you needed it.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
just like the way they've done it is just so fast. And I think people just don't want to wait anymore.
Yeah.
They want what they want right now. And I
Yeah,
think
that's a
that's
tough
going to
conversation
continue.
to have is like the reality of manufacturing and shipping logistics and
Yes.
quality too. Like how quickly can you get things? And then it's a vendor, like it's a problem for them because then they have to stock. And so it's
Right.
always an issue with our industry, I think. But wellness,
Yeah.
I feel like we've been seeing a lot too in our own projects at LARU Design Collective. So we're doing full wellness rooms for clients with the
Wow. Yep.
cold plunge and the steam room and the sauna and the massage table and all of those things. So I'm curious to see, are you seeing that across the board?
100%. Yeah, that's I wish I had room in my apartment for all those things, right? But I definitely I feel like people absolutely want to incorporate more wellness. I think that's only going to get bigger and bigger. And even with like circadian lighting, like the whole
Mm,
like lighting and making sure that's it's appropriate for uh how we live, so we're not having daylight light at night and vice versa. And that I think it's all going to become more just bigger and also just more mainstream. And I think
yeah.
it won't just be luxury. Hopefully it will trickle down to all markets at some point.
I think
But
getting
yeah,
lighting that aligns with my circadian rhythm would be the next luxury thing I would put in my own home.
yes,
I love the
absolutely. Yeah.
idea of that, and then also, like, getting my kids to wind down without them knowing it because like, the light's changing. It's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
sneaky way to get them to like, "Hey, guys, it's 9 o'clock. Like, start relaxing."
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the light will be, changing over
Yeah.
time.
If you're a designer, then you know that High Point is the epicenter for all things interior design. All your favorite furniture vendors are there, your favorite designers, manufacturers, tastemakers, trendsetters. Market happens every April and October, and we hope you'll register and attend. We're there each market, and we're always finding something new. We know you will too. Check out highpointmarket.org for more information. What other shifts are you really excited about seeing in the interior design industry right now?
I would say, I've always been interested in accessible design, like
Okay.
designing for people who have maybe disabilities or some, older, aging people. And I feel like more attention is being paid to that. And I wish became more mainstream. Um, but I feel like it is. I know, I guess people don't want to think about that if they don't think about aging, so they don't want to put
Yeah.
that in their homes or whatever. But I just think it's so important. And
Yeah.
I've always been, that always has appealed to me. And hopefully, I mean, Pottery Barn just launched a new or a more collection on accessible design, and
Oh,
I
okay.
just think their stuff is beautiful. So with Michael Graves' design,
Oh, that's
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
I haven't
Okay.
yeah,
seen that yet.
yeah, and they just launched it. I don't know, this month, and just some of the grab bars are just beautiful, and I just hope it continues because I
Yeah.
think that's so important.
I think that's
It
kind of
has to.
canary in the coal mine for Pottery Born to do something like that too. I mean, well, you think about it, like
Yeah.
millennials are getting into their 40s, boomers are getting older, like, and these are two huge swaths of the
Well, you're just
population.
skipping over Gen X entirely, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
As you,
Like usual, right? Gen X, but
it's
Don't
like,
worry about it. We're fine with that.
I do find it
um,
really interesting when people say that they work mostly with baby boomers, let's say, but yet when I ask them about universal design, do they include it? And they're like, nah, not really. I find that so interesting. Like that to me is like should be a definite for. I mean, not just baby boomers. I think Gen X and even millennials can think about it too, right?
or maybe they are including it, but it's just become more mainstream, and so they don't realize it. Like even like a zero barrier shower, with no
Right,
curb, that's become almost a must have in every interior. And that used to
right,
be an accessible feature. Um,
right. But now it's a
and
design element. Now it's more of a design thing. So now people are
yeah,
not thinking
now it's
about it.
like, who
That's
wants a
true.
shower curb? I don't.
Right, right,
I'm gonna
right.
roll right in there. In my future.
Yeah.
So design features, business features, industry pulse. What about features that I don't know how new these are, but I feel like the power list is relatively new.
It
Talk to us about the
is.
power list because that's really
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, so in our September issue, which is now out, we have put our second list, the power list. So it's a group of 50 designers and design firms that we've selected, recognized for their either achievements, their impact on the industry, and it's our second time. We started last year, and so yeah, I mean, we've had a bunch of great designers in the issue, and it's just a really it's hard. I would say it's hard. It's a hard to like narrow it down. Obviously, so many wonderful designers out there. We can't include everybody with only 50, and I've already started working on the list for next year. Um,
Hear that,
yeah,
everyone? Start hitting up Andrea
that's
because she's
right,
working on the next
exactly.
list.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're also excited because next month for our October issue, we're going to launch our first 40 under 40 list. And these are just obviously people under 40 who are making impact in their own way. Many are interior designers, some are doing other things, marketing or lighting or something else. And yeah, actually, we're really excited because at High Point Market, we're having our first sip. We're calling it Sip and Flip. And it's going to be on the Sunday of market, 4 to 6 on
Oh, fun.
the top floor of Suites at Market Square. And we're going to celebrate both our new Power List people as well as our 40 under 40 people. And
oh,
we
that's
invite everyone to come. Um, if you could register ahead of time, just so we have a sense of who's coming, that would be great. There's a QR code in our issue and in our website
I hope you
and
can
newsletter.
accommodate like 400 people because I think you're going to get it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Uh, Anna Mize from Fashion Snoops will be emceeing, and then we have Jessica Deuce,
Oh, yeah.
Stacey Garcia, Carrie Kelly and Krista O'Leary will be on
Oh, what a
stage as
great
well
list.
to do some things. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we're going to do a like what's hot, what's not with audience participation.
Oh, that's
So
fun. I love that.
yeah, yeah, and we're going to have drinks and snacks. So hopefully everyone can come, and
I
that will be
think we'll
like a
have
nice
to
way
be
to
there.
wind down.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so you said Sunday, so that's the 26th of October, 4 to 6,
4 to
top of Mountain
6.
Square, Market Square.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We will
Yeah.
see you there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I have a question. And they may be different, but how are you compiling your power list and your 40 under 40 list? Are these nominations? Are these like you put together a panel just within
Yeah,
Designers
it's a
Today?
good
Like, how are you
question.
doing this?
Yeah. So for the power list, we don't ask for nominations. It's a like a we just get together. It's a bunch of us to talk about who should be on the list, who's not. Put this person on, put this, whatever. Going back, a lot of debates, a lot of research. We do take, some people do reach out with people.
So you have lobbyists, you've got people lobbying for.
Yes, we got
Okay.
lobbyists. Yeah, but I'm
Hear that,
wondering,
everyone? You need
to
a
do like
lobby.
yeah, maybe we should do like a people's choice. I don't know, or something. Um, it's real, but it's so hard. It's so hard. It's just there's so many
I
great people
bet.
out there always doing great stuff. So it is hard, but I feel like we have a great list this year. And then with 40 under 40, those were nominations. We asked for
Okay.
nominations. And we got a ton. I wasn't sure like first year out, like how the response would be, but we got a great crop of people, tons of submissions. So that just bodes well. Like I just feel like we we hit on something there, right? It's something
Yeah.
like maybe we should have started this years ago, but it's always nice to see and promote younger talent, and because there are so many people doing great things out
Yeah,
there,
there
so we
are.
want to recognize that.
Yeah, that's
I
what's so
love it.
hard. I mean, how do you choose? Like, I think that the industry is just so varied and diverse, and not
Yes, it is.
everybody's
It's
doing
hard.
something
Yeah,
amazing. That's the thing. I'm
right.
always impressed.
Right. But we want people to talk about it because if they feel like that we should have included somebody or something else, like we want to spark conversation because we can, there'll be another list next year, and we're always open to hearing what people have to say about it.
Yeah. What other things are you doing at High Point? So Laura and I are going to be at High Point. We'll be there all throughout that weekend, and I don't know, I always feel like I have a full schedule, but there's always
Yes.
like a little bit of time. There's like a little bit of time to like fit in something else.
Yeah. Do you like schedule a lot of appointments, or do you just do a lot of drive-bys?
No, I mean, well,
Both?
it depends. So, like, if we bring the team, then they're scheduling their appointments and they're checking those things out. But usually, Laura and I were engaging more on the speaking side and the networking side.
Mhm.
But there's so much stuff that happens all at the same time.
And we're
So
going to parties.
and we're going to
Yep.
parties, but we're a partner with High Point Market this season, and which we're very excited about. And so we were talking to the team yesterday about what we want to promote, and it's a list of like 80 different things.
Right.
How do I how do I
It's so hard. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be there as well. I'm there Thursday through Tuesday.
Okay.
So I always make a few appointments because sometimes you just want to make sure to have appointments, but I do a lot of my stuff is just walking buy something, because it's just a big market, and also, will it be raining? You have to go to certain
True.
buildings or whatever, walking around. But I am doing two panels. I'm doing one with Science of Design on Friday, and then I'm pretty sure I'm doing one with NKBA, and I think that's
Oh, yeah.
Saturday morning. So I'm looking forward to doing both of those, and then Sunday will be our sip and flip. And so it's going to be very busy, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be actually seeing anything, but I'm going to, I want to see as much as possible for sure.
What do you think about NKBA joining High
I
Point?
love it. I
I
think
do
it's great. I think it
too.
makes so much sense, right?
I
And
know.
I can't wait to see the new space. I think it's fantastic.
I know. I'm really excited about it too, especially just because it's hard to go to so many conferences and events throughout the year. And the
Right.
fact that they've always been totally separate has made it really a struggle. So I'm excited to see them have a presence at High Point.
Yeah, I love KBiz, but that's obviously a huge monster of a show,
I
and
know.
yeah. So, but it's nice that it makes a lot of
Gives
sense
us
to
an
just like
opportunity
add
to
it.
see it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, moving away from High Point, I have a question about the different approach to print versus digital, because they're totally different things, and you do both, and you're overseeing both. Are you using the same strategy for both print, like the print magazine, and your digital? Like, how are you approaching this?
That's interesting. It is very different, obviously. How do I approach? I mean, I the
Like, do you
print is
treat them
just
as two totally separate things?
yeah. I guess yeah, I do, and I do because I mean sometimes you'll find things. Well, I try to do everything that goes in print should go online. That's always the goal. And sometimes things online make their way to print, depending on like in print, I wanted to have great images if possible, and um, I am. I do think of the print. 'Cause I'm always thinking ahead to the print because those deadlines are don't move, right? So
Yeah.
you have to make sure to like plan ahead and make sure okay, what am I going to put on this page? What's going to be for this section this time? Whereas online is more flexible and
Mm.
free flowing kind of. Um, but you have to keep adding stuff to online as well. So yeah, they are. I treat them as two different things, but they are there is some overlap for sure. Uh, that's a good question. Yeah, I feel like I've just been doing both for so long. It's kind of I'm just so used to like it's a flow, right? You
You're
just
like,
get
how
into it.
do I break those up? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah.
just part of my brain now.
But that
I don't
print
know,
deadline
and
is
they
a print
both sound like
deadline. So
they have very different pressures. Like, the print aspect has the deadlines, and you've gotta hit, certain aspects of what you're covering and, like, when it's due and get it to print, and then digital, you're just constantly having to feed the beast, I think. And Melissa,
yes,
don't you feel like that with what we're doing? I mean, I feel like there's a lot
Yeah,
of
I
that with
mean,
us too.
but you put a lot of those pressures on yourself, right? You're just like, I need to post content like this much and every day, and a lot of that, and then you start to realize, okay, well, maybe I don't. Like maybe
yeah,
I think
right.
maybe I just need to put out really, really good quality content, and but we also don't have the print component that you have, so that's a little bit trickier.
Right. Yeah. But it is about being clear about what you want to promote. Because you could
Right.
spend hours a day posting online and you want to make sure it's good so you're not wasting time
You're not
just
yelling
posting
into the
all the time.
void.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, and having
exactly.
a good
Right.
goal, I think sometimes you can get really preoccupied with how many followers you have and how many likes that you have.
Mm.
And then it
Yeah.
just starts becoming about ego. And I'm just like, oh, I just want somebody to like this. But
Right.
then you're forgetting that you really just want people to connect with the artwork of your design and with your craft. And I
Yeah.
think that
What you're gauging.
that's a tough, that's a challenge all the time.
Right. No, I agree. And it's just amazing how I know for your business too, it's changed, but in publishing, how much has changed and how much more just aspects of publishing we're doing now with social, with online, and we're just you know we're very. I think everyone's just becoming more flexible and just learning how to handle so many different things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I have some rapid fire questions if we're ready for those. Melissa,
Okay.
unless you
Yeah.
have
Go
something else you
ahead.
want to cover
Go
before I
ahead.
like dive in.
No, go right ahead.
Okay. All right. So, what is a feature you're most proud of producing? Does one thing come to mind?
Oh, that's interesting. I would say the contract story was fascinating to me. I thought that was
Yeah.
really interesting. And I've written some accessible design stories this year that I thought were really, uh, hopefully they made an impact. Hopefully people enjoyed them. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I know you just said one thing, but I just said a few things. But yeah, I would say some of that I like the meaty stories. I want meat. I want to dive into a topic and hopefully deliver some insight and help people learn more about a topic. So
Yeah.
those are some of my best stories, I feel.
All right. That's good. What is a design cliche you would happily retire?
Oh, that's interesting.
Or like just a trend that you never want to see again?
I am kind of done with gray. I love color. So I am all about I want vibrant blue, green,
Mm.
that kind of yeah, gray, I would say I'm kind of done with it. But I feel like it's still holding on. So I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah.
There's got to be something else that nothing's coming to mind, but I'm sure it'll come after this
Can we
call.
replace gray with oat? I'm into oat right now.
Oat?
Like a warm, like linen oat color. I don't even know what else to call it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Something
just into
warmer.
it. What is the most surprising pitch you've ever received?
Oh, that's great. Uh, okay. Thinking.
I'll give you an
Um,
example of something that surprised me. I had a friend who posted an ad. Oh my God, this is probably 15 years ago. And her ad was a shirtless man, and this is a designer that it posted this. A guy without a shirt on. He's holding a fan deck of paint, and it says there are more than 50 shades of gray. And it
oh
was
my
for her
God.
design firm, Jen Braverman, Melissa.
Oh, sure.
It was the best ad. I was just like,
Oh, that's so
okay.
funny.
Anyway, so what's the most surprising
Yeah.
pitch?
I mean, that's interesting. I would just say there's a lot of pitches I get that are not related to interior design. I'm just on a list. So sometimes I get fashion, clothing, but it's like totally unrelated. So
Huh.
that's not as exciting. But
They're just
I
firing
would
it
say,
off to whomever.
yeah, they're just like I'm on a list, some list somewhere, and they're just spitting it out. So
Huh. Well,
yeah,
maybe
that's interesting.
one day you'll run with it.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Yeah.
So that's actually, this leads into my last question, which is one thing, or last prompt, one thing you wish every designer knew before emailing an editor.
Interesting. That if I don't get back to you in a quick time frame, it's not, don't take it personally.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just hard. Yeah, it's tough. I would say I need make sure I have like the details. I want some like juicy meat to hold on, to read about for the project. And sometimes like if I'm searching online and I searching a designer's website, sometimes they don't have contact information, or it's just a blank
A
form.
form. I know.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, I'm emailing this person. I don't know if they're going to get it. I don't know who's going to get it. And so I feel like I wish there was like, just make sure you have just basics, right? Just contact information on the website. And along with, I like this, what's a little bit of your personality. Sometimes when I go to a website, they're very beautiful, elevated design, but maybe it's a little generic. And sometimes I'm not sure what the designer stands for.
Yeah,
like
what's your
what makes
point of
her,
view?
different. Even like sometimes people include fun facts about themselves. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that helps.
No,
at
that's
all.
really helpful, I think. So like fun facts and actual contact information.
Yes,
Yep.
actually, yep.
Even if it's like a generic email, info@designfirm.com.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just something. I know. I feel you on that, because nothing drives me crazier than like, I'm not going to fill out a form.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. But
Email
I
address.
think I don't come
That's
across
cool
that.
too.
Occasionally I do. Yeah.
We have our email address on our website, don't we, Melissa?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we do have a form for clients because we want to know a little bit more about them before we start going down that road. But I think it's really important. This is what we talk about just from a marketing perspective, always talking about be authentic, be yourself. It's like, just show your personality and be approachable. Like, do you want people to contact you? Like, like you can show that by just putting your information out there. And I think the fun facts are great. We have them on our website. So that's why I'm saying.
Yeah. I think like sometimes people want to maybe stay away from that just because they want to make sure they appeal to more people, but then you lose the character. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that you have contact information and fun facts on your website. You guys are good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too, like the appeal to more people, that mass appeal, but that almost just shoots you in the foot, because then if you appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
So have a point of view, put it out there, and add your email address. Okay, that's all helpful. Thank you so much for joining us, Andrea. This has been fun. I hope to see you at High Point.
Yes.
Hopefully, I'll see you guys at High Point at our sip and flip. And,
I know, sip and flip. I love it.
Very
We'll
cool.
see
Thank
you
you so much
then.
for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. Make sure to check out our next podcast, coming live next week on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. In the meantime, you can find us and more wonderful stories like these on designdash.com. And make sure to follow us at Design Dasher on Instagram and TikTok. Till next time.